All right, some breaking news coming in at this moment. Sources have told India Today that the Enforcement Directorate did not ask the Ministry of External Affairs to pursue the matter of Lalit Modi's passport revocation after the Delhi High Court allowed its restoration in August 2014. Remember, the Ministry of External Affairs could not have appealed in the Supreme Court without the request of the country's Economic Intelligence Agency. That's the latest breaking news coming in. At this moment, we have Maha with this breaking news on the phone line with us. Maha, this effectively means that the onus ultimately is lying with the Finance Ministry, which is the parent ministry of the Enforcement Directorate.
Well, the onus of not appealing in the Supreme Court for the revocation of Lalit Modi's passport can certainly be said to lie with the Enforcement Directorate. Now, the Enforcement Directorate is supposed to make a case of financial misappropriation that they are talking about and ask for the Ministry of External Affairs that only acts as a go-in-between so that he can be brought back to India, either repatriated to India from the UK, or that his passport is taken back from him again. When the Delhi High Court said that the passport can be given back to Lalit Modi in August 2014, then it is the Enforcement Directorate, as we can understand from our sources, that should have gone ahead and told the MEA to appeal this case against Lalit Modi in the Supreme Court. That did not happen, and therefore we have seen that his passport was given back to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Maha. Many thanks for joining us. Let me take that question straight to Shaina NC, who's joining us from Mumbai, BJP leader. Shaina, how do you respond to this? Because, this is the law of the land. Obviously, as far as, Shaina, as far as the this whole appeal in the Supreme Court is concerned, Mr. Arun Jaitley in a press conference yesterday says that the onus lies with the Ministry of External Affairs. Now it turns out that the request has to come from the Finance Ministry or the Enforcement Directorate.
No, please understand there are two separate issues. One is that the Ministry of External Affairs did not coerce or force British authorities or the British government to do anything which was out of the ordinary, was within the parameters of law. As far as our Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, did highlight yesterday itself that the Enforcement Directorate and the Economic Offences Wing will do exactly what it deems fit vis-a-vis this case. If Lalit Modi is guilty, he will be pronounced so as per the proceedings of the case, and if he is innocent, so be it. I don't think there is any question of the Enforcement Directorate not doing its job or going easy on him on any count. And please do understand that I think that this case is independent of two ministries, one which is talking about an Indian national, and that Indian national has not been forced to be obliged by the British authorities, but under the parameters present, if they thought it befitting, they would have gone ahead. Second, the Enforcement Directorate Economic Offences Wing will be under the Finance Ministry, and the Finance Minister made it clear that the proceedings are on track, and we will not absolve anyone or suggest anyone is guilty or innocent until proven so.
Okay, Shaina, I'll come across to the other big point. That is the massive explosive interview of Lalit Modi and all the names that he has taken, which is surely, about to leave your party quite embarrassed. I'll come to you in just a short minute. I want to go to the other side of the political divide, to Congress. Mr. Madhukar Yaski is joining us at this moment. Just a moment.
Why should we be speaking
just a moment, Shaina. Mr. Yaski, the Congress has so far, chosen to quote Mr. Lalit Modi and to see this entire story through how Mr. Lalit Modi is portraying, or what he's actually saying, or what has been documented. Now it turns out in the India Today interview that he's not just talking about Vasundhara Raje. He's not just talking about Sushma Swaraj or the Swarajes being a close family friend of his. He's also talking about Salman Khurshid dining with him in London. He's also talking about help that he sought and was almost receiving from Rajiv Shukla, from Sharad Pawar.
I have heard that interview, Sanket. In the same interview, if you can replay it, what he said, when Rajdeep asked direct question with Sharad Pawar, Mr. Shukla, Prabhu Patel, did they try to help? He said they tried, but they failed. This is exactly the reply Mr. Lalit Modi gave. So then yesterday's Salman Khurshid statement, yes, they approached to help him, but as a minister, under oath, he has to help the government, not an accused or a criminal. So it's evidently clear the UPA government, under the UPA government and the ministers, though Mr. Lalit Modi approached for an help, but they did not. And this is exactly confessed by Mr. Lalit Modi himself in your interview. Second, the bigger question develops here. Who, the one person running the government today, that is Mr. Prime Minister Modi, who helped or who under whose direction, is it Mr. Prime Minister Modi or PMO or Amit Shah, directed or instructed the prosecution attorney, advocate, after the Delhi High Court verdict not to appeal? This has to be investigated. That's where the Congress stands, demand from the government a sit under the Supreme Court supervision to be established and investigate the PMO Prime Minister role itself. Is the whole picture here. Sushma Swaraj or Raj are secondary. Here yesterday Mr. Arjun Jaitley says he is a lawyer himself, he knows, and he says that it is Ministry of External Affairs. Now your own channel is showing the ED is saying they have not approached Ministry of External Affairs. So it's a onus lies under Mr. Jaitley, and overall the responsibility.
Who takes the responsibility, Shaina? Who in the government is eventually going to take responsibility? Or is this going to be a situation where you are going to pin the blame down on just one minister, Minister of External Affairs Sushma Swaraj? There may be a case of impropriety, but it now turns out with each step that she is not the only one who has decided, for Mr. Lalit Modi. And the Congress says, what about the Prime Minister? Why hasn't he come out and spoken on this issue?
Well, let me say 2-3 things. I'm not Lalit Modi's spokesperson and I don't choose to be. I will only air the opinion of my party and what my party leadership has said. Yes, absolutely. The Amit Shah ji, Rajnath Singh, Arun Jaitley have all said that Sushma Swaraj did not do anything which was not as per law. You raised a question about Vasundhara Raje.
Yes.
I think it's amply clear by her statement that she says she has had a relationship, a family friendship of over 30 years that goes back to her school days.
But what about the documents?
There is this question.
What about signing the documents? What about posing as a witness?
That's what I'm coming to. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. But who says she has posed as a witness? When you have a document which is created by lawyers for a particular client and that document is not signed by the person concerned,
no, but then Mr. Lalit Modi says that it has been signed,
and
it has been produced in the court.
If there is some truth to it, it has to be signed and acknowledged by both parties. You need to ask Lalit Modi why he is trying to flaunt a piece of paper which doesn't even have a signature on it.
Signed by the both parties.
Mr. I have to want of time at this moment. I have to take a break at this moment.
And as far as Congress goes, I think they need to do a lot of...
This morning, I will come back to both of you because, of course, this is a heated issue of political discourse, particularly after that explosive interview that we have got you here on India Today.